everybody? It's your girl Mika, and you're watching the Red Cup Podcast, where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. And I want to thank everyone for joining in today. As you know, today is Thursday. We're going live Tuesdays and Thursdays right now. So I want to thank everybody for watching, everybody who's here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll do roll call in a minute, but it is Thursdays. And you know, on the ends of the week, when I want to do lives, I bring in my girl, Kelly.
Hey, girl. How you
What's
doing?
It's Thursday or my Friday, however you want to call it.
Okay. Shout out to you.
What's going on?
Nothing much. I had a really busy day, at work. And, now because I saw you popped in, I'm on the morning show with 2K and Black
2K.
TV. Yes. So we had a lot of fun. It's going really good. We have a lot of fun. So, you guys that's in the chat, check me out tomorrow, noon. What time is that? It's noon.
It's usually about noon. I see it pop
it's
up.
Noon. Yeah, it's noon my time, Eastern Standard Time, 11 Central Time. Yeah, Central Time is the time zone. Yeah, so it's 11 Central Time, noon our time. So yeah, I'll be over there. And we have a good time over there. So
yeah, y'all was wilding yesterday with the gorilla.
Look, I truly think 100 people is a lot of people.
I could not get it. I kept watching it, right? And so I was just like, all right, 100 people, a gorilla.
100 men is a lot. I still feel like 100 men.
I still feel like the gorilla gonna win, but that debate been going all day. Everybody was just going back and forth. But yeah, all right, you guys. So let me go ahead and look at the chat really quick. Thank you, Yukar, for popping up. Thank you, Miss K. Scoop, what's going on? Okay, Mr. Renegade, what's going on? King, what's going on? Yeah, that's a debate that we just gonna have to deal with. One thing that was a debate yesterday as well was this lady, right? She decided that she was gonna move to Africa because just like everybody else who's Trump deranged, she doesn't like Donald Trump. So she decided that she was going to move to Africa. And she effed around and found out. So I want you guys to see this lady here, okay, who effed around and found out about moving to Africa. Here we go.
But y'all, I'd rather go back to America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the bullshit bribery, the bullshit fraud, the bullshit scams, the bullshit too expensive, the bullshit not having no snacks, the bullshit not having no food, the bullshit electricity, the bullshit hot water, the bullshit what's that shit called that's coming down? The bullshit animals and scorpions outside the house. It's big ass spiders. It's big ass lizards. Colorful lizards you ain't never seen before. All in the fucking room with you, sleeping with you. All the bullshit people trying to scam you when you go outside, thinking you rich, so they trying to get more money off of you. I'm really trying to wrap my head around this shit. I'm really trying to wrap my head around how are Americans coming to Africa and being happy. Please comment down below, because for me, I'm ready to go. And I always used to say, if it's up to me, it will be. And I'm going to go out to Africa and make shit happen. No, I don't want to. I want to take my businesses back to America. I want to open up shop back in America, open up my dentist office, and all the stuff that I was going to do out here in America. Steady electricity. And the only time our electricity get cut off is when we don't pay the bill. And we got something good now. We got prepaid electricity. So if we forget to pay the bill, we put some money on that prepaid thing, and it comes right back on in 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes. This shit right here, they come on for 14 hours yesterday. I can't deal. I love the people. Don't get me wrong. When I'm outside, I'm having fun. I love people. When I come back to reality, when you come back home, Home is where the heart is, right? When you come back home, you're supposed to feel comfortable, you're supposed to be happy. I'm not happy. To live in a house where you look outside and all you see is turkeys and ducks and chickens and sheep and old malnourished cows.
Ma'am, ma'am, what was that? What was that? When I tell you it's hilarious, it's hilarious. Because I was just saying, like, all these people were like, oh, we don't want to deal with racism. We don't want to deal with this and that. So let's go back to Africa. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead back to Africa. And now,
Look, she knew what she was getting into.
and I'll tell you, I saw it was the snacks for me. When she said, ain't no snacks, I was like, girl, that might be your saving grace.
Look, I'm glad since she brought it up, she opened the door. I'm gonna walk through it. That was the best thing you ever did was go over to Africa because I was thinking, well, I know they don't have no McDonald's over there, so she'll lose some weight, get her health in order.
Ain't no little Debbie's.
Something telling
Snacks
me
is a
that
luxury.
that's she did the right thing. She gonna get her health back in order, get her ACL one down. You know what I'm saying? Probably gonna get off Ozempic, whatever GLP injector. I'm sure she on, and I know that accent. Shorty, you from DC? I know a DC accent when I hear it because that's where I'm from. So you're from a blue area anyway. What's the big deal? America, yeah. Chat said it. America. That's the D. Tell me that ain't no DC accent.
That's us.
That's us. She
because it's like Merlin.
Yes, I knew.
Yeah.
The best thing she probably did for her health was move over to Africa.
Oh my God. When I saw that yesterday, I said, yo, that is my opener right there. Like that is my opener. Because that woman it's when I say it's the epitome of what you've been hearing, you know, with these liberals. Oh, I don't like the racism that goes on here. America's this, America's so bad. And I'm like, look, no matter how bad you have it, America, if not the best, it's damn near the best. Okay.
That's
Nowhere you're going to go is going to be 100% perfect. Great. Right. Because you're dealing with other people. You're dealing with other, you know, thoughts and mindsets in society. But America has to be, and I travel a lot. America has to be one of the best places to live. That's why they all, you know, scraping and scrambling to get over here.
Facts.
Okay. You trying to get out. Meanwhile, you know, they down south of the border trying to get in here. Why? It's a reason. So, you know, I always like to open with something funny, but I thought that was hilarious. She was like, them damn lizards, them mosquitoes in the bed with you. You know, I was like, you're welcome. You're welcome. The water, that's a luxury. People forget that. It's a luxury.
Look, I don't want to go to Africa. No shade to anybody that living in Africa. Just I like certain amenities that we have, and yeah, nah, but I'm not an idiot. I would know better. So I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking. That was stupid. And they buy property over there too. Don't they be buying property over there?
Yeah, and she talks about that in another one of those videos. And she talked about it, and she said that they were charging her like a gringo, right? And so yeah, and she thinks that she's gonna get the I'm your brother price. It's like, no, ma'am, you're an American. They're gonna charge you gringo prices. Thank you. They know you got money.
Yeah. Their brother is their neighbor. You're a foreigner. Like, what are you get out of here, lady?
We about to tax you. All right. I just want to recognize some other people that came in. What's up, 2K? What's going on? What's up, K Holiday? The show. What's up, K Holiday? What's up, Nick J? What's up, TW? What's up to my mods? What's going on, y'all? What's up, Jay? What's up, Los? Hey, Renee. Just seeing if I got everybody. What's up, 876? What's going on, little podcast nation?
What's up, Beans?
Lockbox. All right, you guys. All right. So as we all know, or if you may not know, it is AAPI Heritage Month. Okay. That is the Asian American Pacific Islander. Okay. And you know, our former VP is the main representative of the AAPI community. So I want you guys to see our former VP in action. All right. And you guys tell me what you think. Here we go.
In fact, please allow me, friends, to digress for a moment. Okay. It's kind of dark in here, but I'm asking for a show of hands. Who saw that video from a couple of weeks ago? The one of the elephants at the San Diego Zoo during the earthquake? Google it if you've not seen it. So that scene has been on my mind. Everybody's asking me what you've been thinking about these days. Well, in fact, please allow me, friends, to digress for a moment.
I want to get your thoughts, but I'm going to say this, okay? Kamala has not changed. She doesn't know when the joke ends. She doesn't know when the joke begins. She starts laughing before the joke even started. It's like, ma'am, you have to tell the joke first, okay? And and then even when they actually laugh with her, she's carrying on. And I'm just like, ma'am, go on with the story. You got a little jokey joke, go on with the story. But all she does is cackle. However, this right here is essentially her trying to make her way back into the public's eye. Okay. I really do think she's going to make a run for the governor. I don't think she's coming back for 2028 as a presidential candidate because it's not going to happen. All right. That woman, yeah, she can fool the people of California, but she cannot fool all Americans. I don't even think the Dems would even vote for her. All right. They over there with AO crazy. I think they're going to be voting for her. However, I want to get your thoughts on Kamala's remarks.
First of all, when it comes to her running for anything, I don't get it. Okay. You're a loser, like Kanye said. Okay. Kanye said it. He said,
So
I thought I wanted to F her, but then she lost. I don't F with losers. That's what he said. She's super cringe. I just want this lady to go away. I just want her to live her life with her husband, and she likes to cook, put a nice roast in, and leave us alone. That's what I want. But yeah, I don't. Those are my remarks, Mika. I'm sorry. I'm sick of this lady.
I'm glad you said a roast instead of them greens.
Oh, no. First of all, I would not eat anything she cooks. Okay, I wouldn't do it.
Once you told me you put the greens in the bathtub, ma'am, you are not allowed on anything, including the mustard.
Yeah. Gross. I got a soundboard, guys. I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, we up. Look, you guys have definitely helped us upgrade over here. Like, we got soundboards, we got stream decks, we got lights. Like, we're really trying to make this a whole production, because we want to show you that we do appreciate everything that you're helping to put into us. So I really do appreciate you guys following me, following Kelly, and just supporting us. So I really appreciate it. All right. So with that being said, since she's out here making jokey jokes and being in the public eye, she also wanted to be out here, I guess, showing people that she still can fake like she's black. Okay. So I want you guys to see exactly what she was doing with this dance right here. Here we go.
All right, sweat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now cross. All right, here we go. All right, sweat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now cross. All right, here we go.
Thoughts, Kelly, thoughts. Your thoughts. Oh, I think Kelly done froze. Well, I'll tell you guys my thoughts. My thought is this. Kamala has gone nuts, okay? Like, sincerely has gone nuts. Because here's my thing. When you are the former vice president, okay? And I'm going to say this. I think Kamala is drunk 90% of the half of the time. Okay? 90% and half of the time. Add that up. 90% and half of the time. Kamala is drunk. And I also do think that she thinks her with the public. She thinks that this helps her with the young generation because they keep calling her young. They keep calling her fresh. They keep calling her new, right? And we all know that the woman is like 60 something. She's not in generation X, really. She's like a younger baby boomer. She's not in millennials. She's not in any. I got you. So she's not in any of these groups. And yet she keeps trying to appeal to us. Like, what is your girl's problem?
I'll say this. I appreciate that at least she has rhythm. I will give her that. That lady was on beat, and I'm trying to be nicer. So she has rhythm. I'm fine with the dancing. Just do it in California and don't run for anything. Have all the fun you want at your house.
But she's about to run for something.
No.
She's about to run for governor. What's going on, Kenya? Yeah. She's about to run for governor. And I really, honestly and truly, I don't care for California, but I feel for them.
They deserve
because
better.
They're going to vote her in. They're going to vote her in.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to vote her in. I assure you.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way.
Okay, I'm gonna chill.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I assure you, they're gonna vote her in.
That would be bananas, though. Like, what is? But you know,
we're gonna talk about it in a few. But they're gonna do exactly what Canada did: vote against their interests. Okay,
that's bananas.
They don't care. They don't care that she scams. Okay, they don't care that Kamala lied about a bunch of stuff. They don't care. So they're definitely going to vote her in. So just be on the lookout for that. But so I want to move on to one of our favorite. Okay, she is a staple here on the Red Cup podcast. All right, she is a habitual offender in the bald-headed reasoning crew, and she definitely has Trump derangement. Okay, so I want you guys to get into what Jasmine Ratchet Crockett had to say about Donald Trump and what he's doing with the El Salvador, Maryland man. Here we go.
As far as I'm concerned, you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country? Like that is absolutely insane. So yes, all I gotta say is y'all need to get these fools out of here. But as far as I'm concerned, you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country? Like that is absolutely insane.
Oh, what? Before I say what I'm about to say, Cartier 82, 199 super chat. Thank you. Cam is that drunk. Auntie at the family cookout.
Facts.
Yes, she is.
Facts.
Yes, she is. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. This is what I have to say about Ratchet Crockett. What is she talking about?
I don't know.
I hate that I have to keep doing this. I never know what she's talking about. What if we just randomly throw people in their country? Who would we randomly throw? Who would randomly throw people in our country?
He's not a Maryland man. He's not from here. He went back home. Like, I don't understand. He went back home. when he had a 13-year vacation in America and he went back home. What's the big deal?
He didn't even go back home because he should be in Guatemala. But however, he's south of the border like he should be.
Hey, he ain't here. I don't care. Yeah, what's the old saying? I don't know where you going, but you gotta get out of here. Yeah,
I don't know.
That's where. Yeah, as long as he ain't here, I don't give a damn.
I don't know. I'm just like, he can go, because here's the thing: when you are a guest, right? When you are a guest at someone's house, you don't go over there and act a fool. You don't go over there and act nuts. You don't go over there and start, just messing up and doing things, right? You actually go somewhere to act like you got some sense. He came here and was just doing what he wanted. Hey, Molly. Hey, Outlaw. Hey, War Peace. Yeah, so he came here just doing what he wants. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to say, you have to lay low. This man did not lay low. On top of that, he's not one of the ones that we would even want here. So
He's
what
a menace.
the hell is Ratchet Crockett talking about?
He's a menace.
And
White
then
beater.
I'm tired of this abduction thing. What is that? Like,
you didn't know, Mika?
He got kidnapped.
They're deporting American citizens. You heard
we talked about that. We talked about that last live stream.
I know.
Where we're either going to snatch the babies from their mamas, or we're going to leave them with the mothers. Like, do you want us to separate or not? Like, that always confuses me. Hey, Teller Barnes. So,
a criminal can't be kidnapped. He was
hey,
a criminal. Like every criminal that goes to prison kidnapped and they kidnap and put him in prison. Yeah, it's called being sent to prison.
Here's the thing: this man has gotten caught doing so much. What are they talking about? No, the wig ain't too tight. It's very loose. It's very loose. Look at the lace. It lifts. I'm telling you, every time I look at the lace, it's lifted.
That bonehead reasoning. That bonehead reasoning every time.
When that lace lifts, the cold air gets in, all the reasoning go out the door. So yeah, at the end of the day, that woman is nuts. That woman is nuts. And I just think it's because, that makes up her district. A lot of her district are illegals. Now, as far as citizens, it's Black mostly. And then Hispanics that are, citizens or legally here. And then, everybody else. So I get why she wants it. On top of that, the Democratic Party wants it, and she's a paid operative, soon to be non-paid operative once Doge finishes going through all those documents, because she has an open investigation. But, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, this woman continues to put her thoughts and her non-educated guesses into the mainstream media, and she never knows what she's talking about. And I'm always lost because I never know what she's talking about. Honestly and truly, I have to go look it up.
She was saying anything. I think they give her they give her talking points, and then she doesn't get them right. All she knows is, okay, illegal immigrants good, and she just makes up whatever to go with whatever topic, their agenda. She needs a script.
Illegal good. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. So, speaking of the Maryland man, okay, because that's what they like to call Kilmar Abrego Garcia, all right, they still haven't let this man go. They don't want to let this man go. Why they want to keep using him? It's like when you didn't say the wrong thing, but you just won't let it go. You should be apologizing because you were wrong, but you just don't let it go. That is the Democrats right now. So Trump went on an ABC interview, and the gentleman on the interview decided to go ahead and talk about Garcia Abrego and this MS-13. Thank you, Quentin. Love you, friend. I appreciate it. $9.99 super chat. Thank you. Yeah, they decided to go ahead and keep talking about this. Now, if you guys don't know, there is a picture with Abrego Garcia's knuckles, and on top of it, it says MS-13. Now, for the life of me, I don't know why the media can't understand that this is for instruction, so you can understand what it says on his knuckles, you know, like anything else, like Braille, like anything else in this country. But they said it was Photoshop because, yes, it is Photoshop on the picture so you understand what you're looking at. However, the mainstream media acts like this is a new phenomenon. Why would you put that there? This is not right. It's Photoshop. You're trying to put MS-13 there and it's not there. By golly. However, here is Donald Trump talking about just that with this unknown man. What's his name? Terry. I think his name is Terry. This unknown man that Trump said was unknown, and that's why he picked him. But now he probably won't do another ABC interview because he's running out of reporters. Here we go.
All right.
Okay.
We'll take a look.
It's you do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at
Why
that,
don't you
sir.
just say yes, he does, and go on to something else.
Here we go.
Murderers, criminals in this country. We have to get them out, and we're doing it.
By law.
And you'll pick out one man, but even the man that you picked out,
He's got a
he said he wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshop. So let me.
That was Photoshop. Hey, they give you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. Hey, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
And you think it
agree
was
to disagree.
Photoshop? Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had
Fair enough.
MS.
You guys said you hear an echo?
Yeah, I put it in the private chat to you as well. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I mute it. See what happens.
I heard it.
MS-13.
That was Photoshop. So let me
That
just.
was Photoshop, Terry. You
He
can't
had-
do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. Hey, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to
Terry,
move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
And you think it
agree
was
to disagree.
Photoshop? Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had
Fair enough.
MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine,
No,
sir.
Terry,
I want to get to
Terry,
Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why
All right.
people no longer believe
Well,
the news because
when he
it's
was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They
Take a
weren't
look
there,
at the
but they're
photograph.
there now, right?
No,
But they're there
in
now.
your picture.
Terry,
Ukraine, sir.
he's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
We'll take a look.
It's you do
We'll take a
such a
look.
disservice.
We'll take
Let him cook.
Just say it, yes.
Let him cook now.
Go on to something
All right.
else.
Just continue.
When I tell you, when I saw this, I'm telling you, I was about to fall on the floor. Because he kept saying, Ukraine, sir. Ukraine, sir. Ukraine, sir. And I'm just
No.
like,
No.
I'm just like, sir, no. Like y'all not about to move on. You're not about to keep telling me that this is happening and it's not happening. Like, sir.
And I'm
And
glad
on
he
top of
did
that-
that. I'm glad he did that, Sue. Nah, we're not moving on. Yeah.
And on top of that, I have never heard of this man either. Okay. Every time they go at him, Trump just slashes them. Okay. And that's why I titled it Here We Go Again. Because now it's starting to seem like it's an early campaign season. And like they're starting to ramp up all of that nonsense that they do. Like they just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. So you guys, you get down in the comments and let me know what you think about ABC and Donald Trump going back and forth about the Maryland man, the non-Maryland man that's from El Salvador, that's actually from Guatemala. Like the story is a saga. Okay. When I tell you it is a saga, it is a saga. But I want to move on to something else. So everybody keeps saying that this is a family Maryland man and all of this nonsense. However, every time we look up, we keep finding more information. And now DHS has found that there was another order of protection, all right, filed from the wife. And he even had an order of protection filed from the mother-in-law, all right? And this is not their mother-in-law. This is the mother-in-law of her first husband. So you guys get into this. Here we go.
Fox News contributor Kellyanne Conway joins us now. Good morning to you, Kellyanne.
Good morning, Ainsley. This is unreal.
This is so unreal. This is so we heard about the 2021 protective orders. Now Fox Digital has discovered another one from 2020. And let me read to our audience and to you, Kellyanne, some of the things that she accused him of. She went and she filled out this petition for protection. She checked the boxes for acts of abuse, including kicking, slapping, shoving, mental injury of a child, and detaining against will. Some other things I marked. She says that Abrego Garcia threatened her and wrote that she has a recording in which he told her ex-mother-in-law, even if he kills me, no one can do anything to him. And also, one last thing, she goes on to describe an incident in 2019 where he grabbed her by the hair in the car, dragged her out of the car, leaving her in the street. And he also broke her son's tablet, broke the doors in the house, pushed her against the wall, broke a phone and a television, and damaged the walls that spring. So why, Kellyanne, would the Democrats want to make this their issue and go down to El Salvador and try to get him to come back to the U.S., even though he's from El Salvador?
This violent thug is now a face of the Democratic Party. They bumbled and stumbled right into giving us another big win by proving again, Ainsley, that President Trump's victory last fall and his accomplishments in the first 100 plus days really run through the southern border in large part. Border crossings down almost 100%. Why? Because people know that folks like this were just let in when we look the other way. And you've got an entire Democratic Party now coddling people like this. And, you know, it's the same Democratic Party, Ainsley, who told us believe all women. So, okay, I'm going to believe his wife when she signs affidavits and charges him under the rule of law with these heinous crimes. Ainsley, I want to say something else as a political strategist. People like Chris Van Hollen to become a congressman and then a senator, he has probably spent millions of dollars in ads and opposition research to destroy and extinguish his primary opponents and his Republican opponent in the general. They didn't do minor research on this guy before they sent a U.S. senator on taxpayer funds down to El Salvador to hang out with the guy, and all woe is me. And I know we've covered a lot. We can't cover it enough, that he ignored his own constituent, Rachel Morin, brutally raped and murdered by an illegal in Venezuelan in Maryland, has rebuffed her family completely. But they didn't even do minor research, because if Trump's for it, they're against it. They don't.
And that's a fact. And that's really all it is. Like, honestly and truly, that's really all it is. So what's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on the whole, this is 2020 now. This is not even the first one that everyone finally figured out when he got the restraining order, and then, you know, Good Morning America decided to bring on the wife, and she didn't answer that question either.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and y'all can think I'm crazy, and that's perfectly fine. As I always say, I think all of this is a psyop. I mean, let me be clear. The way the Democrats love to push these illegal immigrants, and it's not even like you said, the hardworking illegal immigrants. This dude is a whole thug. This dude is a whole gang member that beats up his wife. Then you covered the judge on the show, the judge from Milwaukee. You know, like that judge that was that just got arrested for what is it, disruption or interfering with court obstruction. Then you had a judge that had a whole illegal immigrant living on his property. I said, now, do I think these people are getting paid? Yes, I do. But the way y'all going so hard for the worst of the worst to be here, and then you have people that are so Trump deranged, like American citizens, that are buying it. Like Kilmar Garcia had a whole GoFundMe, raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. I said, oh, this is a psyop. They want to see how stupid America is. Like, is this COVID 2022 where we're buying, excuse me, the vid? Because I know you can't say it on YouTube. The vid, I just feel like it's a psyop. Like this, it's like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I'm sorry, but that's what I think. I know it's tin hat. I know it's tin foil hat, but it just makes no sense to me.
No, it doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to share this with you. So I want to bring up the receipts of it all. Okay. This right here is it. So go ahead, Kelly, and see if you can read that.
Okay. Oh yes, I can. I'm sorry, I'm so close. It says Jennifer Vasquez Server. I don't know. I don't know how to say that. It says it's the children are in serious danger at this time because she tried to kill herself and she left the test with left the test with your something to take case off. This person is not a native English speaker, so if I'm sounding a little weird, I can read. They just not a native English.
That's why I asked you to read it. So this is the husband. This is the husband, okay?
But yeah, he's basically saying like she tried to kill herself. It's saying she is dating a gang member. It specifically says that she's dating a gang member.
That's what I wanted y'all to get out of it. Yeah, that whole thing will have you speaking like you ain't never spoke English before.
They did the best they could.
He tried. He tried. So this is okay. So you guys, what this paperwork is here in front of you guys, this is the filing that the ex-husband of the wife, okay, she's been married twice. Abrego is number dos. Okay. So this is no, you need more to read the rainbow for this. Okay, the way they type and talk, child, please. So so the husband, all right, the ex-husband, he said, look, my kids are over there with a gang member, all right, and he's threatening my mother. All right, I want to go get my kids. Nothing came of it because the judge where he filed this at said, well, you're in the wrong court. Now, you don't know where to go, but this was filed in PG County out here in Maryland. And look at it. Look at it. Okay, you have a man that actually went to try to do something for his kids. So here it is. We have this information here, right? This information says that he's a gang member, which is the father of the children that are living with the mother and Abrego. And this is before they were married. This is 2018 he filed this. This is before all of this with the media, okay? And yet, they keep saying, oh, well, there's no evidence. Thank you, TW. Okay? They keep saying it's no evidence.
Look, the fact the tattoo said it for me. The tattoo said it for me. And if NASA can Photoshop photos of the Earth, why can't they Photoshop so we can see that it said MS-13? I'm just saying.
Well, NASA don't even Photoshop. They
no, they said it. They said that they Photoshop.
No. I'm saying no. They don't Photoshop. They said they got a whole composite. Like they just made it up. They got little snaps. Okay, Photoshop is the actual picture. They have composites. So that means they just made it up.
Look, you already know what type of time I'm on, but that's a topic for another show. with
that's right, Molly. CGI. So yeah. So I wanted to show that specifically because of the filing. So now I want to get into really quick this gentleman here who's talking about being a former gang member, okay? And what those actual tattoos mean. Here we go.
Since all of a sudden white suburban liberals who were silver spoon their entire life know everything about gang culture.
Now, as an ex-gang member myself who did 15 years in the California prison system, I think I'm pretty qualified to speak on Mr. Abrego Garcia's tattoos and what they mean. At one time, not too long ago in the state of California, when you are an affiliated gang member and you are validated through a point system, you get an indeterminate shoe. An indeterminate shoe means that every time that you go into the prison system, you will do the entirety of your time in solitary confinement. You will be locked down for 23 and a half hours a day. No programming. In order to not get that validation point, us gang members would strategically put our ink on so that when we get on the inside, they would not be able to tell where we're from. Of course, this only works for a while because eventually the ISU, which is the police inside of the prison system, they eventually will figure it out. Example, gang members from San Diego will have a 1904 tattooed on them. 19 being the 19th letter of the alphabet, which is S. 04 being the fourth letter of the alphabet, which is D. Same with Orange County would be 1503. OC. Everybody from Orange County has a star right here on the back of their elbow, which symbolizes the top of a star from an orange, which tells you that they're from Orange County. MS gang members or Southsiders are from Southern California originally, which at one point, so was I. So I've walked the line with hundreds of them. I've had cellies that were from MS. Also, MS has a lot of sleeper cells throughout the United States that sit there in disguise, waiting to be activated, waiting to be called on. And those ones will disguise their tattoos as hard as they can so they're not recognized. Let's say like Abrego Garcia, maybe. Eventually, law enforcement is able to detect these tattoos and decipher them, but sometimes it takes quite a long time. But the way that Abrego Garcia's tattoos are on his hand in a certain sequence, and that sequence adds up to MS-13. So to all you liberals out there that are wolfing that you know anything about gang culture and how it works, you need to just sit back and shut your mouth because.
So your thoughts, because I agree with them, because a lot of the liberals like to sit there and act like they don't know these things already.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think the guy knows what he's talking about. And I watch Gangland, you know, I watch some of those prison shows or whatever. They definitely there are certain tattoos that gang members get so you know when if you ever get locked up, so they'll know, oh, this is gang. You know what I'm saying? So people also, so other gang members can recognize each other. You know, it's a multitude of reasons. But yeah, I think that guy knows what he's talking about. And off rip, when I saw the tattoos, I said, oh, he's gang. Like I didn't need that letter or whatever. I already knew the dude was in the gang.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people aren't, you know, aware of it. So I understand why Donald Trump did that, right? I understand why, well, not Donald Trump himself, but you know, the people that put the picture out. I understand why they did that. It makes sense. If you don't understand gang culture and things like that, you're like, what am I looking at? I just see tattoos on his knuckles. So I understand it, but the mainstream media took a chance to say that he was lying about it being Photoshop. It is Photoshop, but not the actual tattoos. Like they understood this, you know. But I just wanted to show all of that because those were the updates on the Maryland man, the El Salvadorian man, the Guatemalan man. Okay, because at this point he's a part of all countries, all nationalities, and America is still actively trying to get him back when he's not anything we need to add to our society, like not at all. And I'm not understanding why the Democrats are wasting our money to try to go down there and get him. Like it's when I tell you it's enraging. All right, because we have it had to be Maryland, the state that's in the biggest deficit. It had to be Maryland. We have other things that we can do with our money. All right, and I don't even have this up here.
It was
for today, but Westmore, he was on The View talking about he took the state from a deficit to a surplus. I said, when did this happen?
I know he ain't lie.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He absolutely lied. He absolutely lied. And I'm like, yeah, I got to save that for another day because I have a lot to get to. But I just wanted to bring that up because he sat there and lied. I'm telling you, it was wild. But I want to get to another offender, okay, in the media that the media is going hard for against Donald Trump, all right? And that is the judge from Wisconsin, aka Big Shirley. All right. So Big Shirley is still at it. And she's highly upset. Okay. And the reason why Big Shirley is upset is because she has to fight charges now. All right. She is being charged with obstruction. Like at first, she was just arrested and, you know, she thought it was going to go away. But no, they are charging her. They are moving forward. And on top of that, the Supreme Court of her state decided that they were going to suspend her. Okay. So this is the documentation because, you know, everybody likes to ask for a receipt. So here's what you're asking for, the receipts. All right. That's what this is. This is the state of Wisconsin saying that Hannah Dugan will no longer be a county circuit court judge. All right. And what she actually did, one is a felony, and then she has another one that's a misdemeanor. All right. And this is just the whole order. So
That's
they have
bananas.
suspended her authority.
She got suspended over an illegal immigrant. Now you see where I say the psyop? You see where I say the psyop? Like,
just so you guys can see it.
And she's a judge. She would have known this would have happened. Like, she would have known this. This is not like a random criminal. This lady is a whole judge. She knows the law. She know what she did.
Yeah, she definitely knows. And you know, here's the thing. Big Shirley understands that when you do that, like, because if anybody regular, okay, one of us would have did that, it would have been a whole thing. You can't do that. You can't impede federal law enforcement. You can't impede regular police officers. You remember when the girls were brawling the other day?
Yes. Yes.
That's impeding. That's obstruction. Like you can't do that. All right. So she definitely understood. Thank you, Pocket full of the narrow beats. Pocket full of the narrow beats.
Donations. Gifts. Gifts.
I like the name. I'm thinking over here, but thank you for the $5 super chat. Salute 100. I appreciate it. Pocket full of the narrow beats. Pesos. All right. So anywho, but yeah, this is actually what I think should happen. Now, you know, they're going to use it as Donald Trump, which they have been in the media, using it as, oh, well, Donald Trump is bullying judges and he's arresting judges and he's just doing whatever he wants.
They did it to him.
And that has been my point. You guys did all type of lawfare, but this is actually something that's
this is actually legit. Like, this is like, again, you committed it's a felony, right? Isn't it a felony? It's not a misdemeanor. It has to be a felony because it's 6 years.
She got charged with a couple of things. So one is a felony and one is a misdemeanor.
You committed a felony for an illegal immigrant that you don't know. Again, do I think these people getting paid? Yes. But you risk your good government federal job, or not federal, your good government job as a judge for an illegal, like, I'm telling you, this is a psyop. This is bananas. This is crazy.
Yeah, this when I tell you this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing. So continuing with these wild judges, I want to show you guys what just broke this afternoon. Okay. The judges are going rogue. Okay. They're going rogue. This right here is breaking news about the judges saying that Donald Trump cannot use the Enemies Act for unlawful deportations.
We're back with breaking news. A Trump-appointed federal judge in Texas ruled that the president unlawfully... It is those individuals, Venezuelan... Federal judge in Texas ruled that the president unlawfully invoked the Alien Enemies Act and blocked the administration from quickly deporting some alleged gang members. want to quickly bring in Priscilla Alvarez, who's got the details. Priscilla, tell us more.
Dana, this is a significant blow for the Trump administration, which has wanted to lean on this sweeping wartime authority, the Alien Enemies Act. Well, a federal judge in Texas saying just moments ago that the president exceeded his authority by invoking this law that was intended to be used during wartime. Let me read you a snippet of what he said. He said, quote, allowing the president to unilaterally define the conditions when he may invoke the AEA, the Alien Enemies Act, and then summarily declare that those conditions exist would remove all limitations to the executive branch's authority under the AEA and would strip the courts of their traditional role of interpreting congressional statutes to determine whether a government official has exceeded the statute's scope. It goes on to say the law does not support this position. The position, Dana, that the administration has taken is that Tren de Aragua, that Venezuelan gang, is a foreign terrorist organization and that they are invading the United States. And so the administration has said that they can use the authority based on that. Well, this federal judge is not buying it according to this opinion. And Dana, while there have been legal challenges across the country over the use of this act, this is again the first time that a federal judge is weighing in on whether or not the president exceeded his authority. ACLU's Lee Gallant told me in a statement that this is the first court, quote, to squarely rule on the fundamental question of whether a wartime authority can be used during peacetime, and properly concluded it cannot. Now,
So here it is. I think that they're going to use everything they can. Now, I do not understand how district court judges can tell the president what to do. I really don't know. Okay. This is not the Supreme Court. This is made up judges. Okay. District court judges are not under. You know what? I said that, Tyrone. I actually said that. I said the other day, you know, somebody sent something. They were like, "Oh, your president is gonna, declare martial law." He should. I would just go ahead and declare it and clean it all up, and then take it back, and then be like, "Okay, I'm done now. This is what's done. This is what's done," because they're going to keep doing this. And so, what this actually means is that the people down in Texas right now, because there's people waiting in Texas to be deported, gang members, they can't be deported.
That's crazy.
Because he can't use the Enemies Act.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And like Molly said, look, it was an act of war. What did she say? I missed the comment, but Molly, oh, here we go. Yes, we were invaded with the last administration. Yes, it is an act of war. I'm with you. Like, what was it? Look, I think it was probably 10 to 15 illegals that came over the border. Like that. Nah, this.
Oh, it's probably way more than that. It's probably way more than that. And then, and this is what they're doing. Okay, they're sitting there on our tax down. This is what they're doing. That's a fact, Eric. So you guys see this, right? So this is what they're doing. That's a fact, Eric. Yeah, this is what they're doing. They're down there doing this.
What are they playing a game? Like what?
So no. So they knew the helicopters were flying over, and they decided to form SOS.
Get the flick out of here.
I swear to goodness. and so if I back out of this, look, you guys can see it. Hold on.
I see it. Now that you said it, I do see it.
Look. This is heartbreaking. Before being shipped to a concentration camp, and this is a cry for help, Venezuelan detainees in Texas formed a human SOS. A federal judge has ruled that the fascist authoritarian Trump regime cannot use the Aliens Enemies Act. It's unlawful. That's what they're saying.
It's a psyop, man. I'm sorry.
This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. So that's what I mean. That's what they're down there doing. I don't know why they want these people. And they had the nerve to write that this was heartbreaking. I was like, you can't make this stuff up.
Nah, you can't. You can't. And since somebody want to bring up the fact that I'm black in the chat, they're like, oh, she's FBA. As a black person, okay, foundational black American, these jokers are in my community, okay? They're in the white people's community, but they're also in our community, draining our friggin' resources. Get these jokers out of here, okay? And then they over here worrying about them, like the lady said in the video. He didn't go visit Rachel Morin. He didn't have anything to say to her. That woman that was friggin' killed and raped and unalive by an illegal alien, but you going down there sipping margaritas with Kilmore Garcia, the wife beater. Get the flick out of here, Chris Van Houten. Ridiculous.
Tell them how you really feel.
I had to. Yeah, Tia's focus.
Oh, so look. So now I want to move on to the main point. What's up? DMV native, you know it would, well, I was here before it was DMV. I'm from DC, you know. I don't want to make nobody mad, so we're going to leave it at that. But thank you. So, all right. So ABC would, continue with their tirade. And they decided to talk about the country's respect. Okay. So I want you guys to see what they said to Trump about the country's standing within the world. All right. And if we think that people respect the country now that Donald Trump is in office. Here we go.
Do you think the reputation of the United States has gone down under your presidency?
No, I think it's gone way up, and I think we're a respected country again. We were laughed at all over the world. We had a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, couldn't walk down a flight of stairs, couldn't walk across the stage without falling. We had a president that was grossly incompetent. You knew it, I knew it, and everybody knew it, but you guys didn't want to write it because you're fake news.
All right. Thank you.
And by the way, ABC is one of the worst. I have to be honest with you.
Thank you. Do you think the reputation of the United States?
And by the way, ABC is one of the worst. One of the worst.
Let him cook
now. Let him cook.
He definitely did. Yo, I'm telling you, when Donald Trump gets going, he gets going, and it's so effortless. Like he just brings it up. Like he just brings it up. It's a man after my own heart. I'll just be talking and something just come up, and I'll be like, "What I say?" Whatever. So yeah. Here's the thing about this. All right, Donald Trump is actually doing what he's supposed to do. I don't understand what people don't get about Reconstruction, right? So if you have to reconstruct something, you have to tear it down. He has no filters. You have to tear it down, okay? And if you have to tear something down, it doesn't look pretty in the beginning, all right? If you get your house remodeled, it looks like trash for about a couple of weeks because it's dust everywhere, and you're just like, if you've never seen it done, you're like, oh my God. But when it's done, it's beautiful. And the media is making people panic about these tariffs. Like it's getting on my nerves, like on my last nerve. Because they don't need to panic about these tariffs at all. Okay?
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Stop buying Chinese stuff. Half of it is toxic. Okay, you don't know what's in it. You're giving it to your kids. It got what is that stuff? The BPA or whatever that nonsense is.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
What happened to the liberals being so environmental?
And then he did certain tariffs so that it wouldn't affect the iPhones, like certain things that we need, it doesn't apply. And Mika, you're better
well, not just that. He got Apple to actually come back here.
Look, that's American jobs coming back to America. That's what we voted for.
Tons of them. He has tons of them coming.
That's what we voted for.
Okay, so to avoid the tariffs, he has Hyundai is coming back here. Well, it's going to build a plant here. I think they've actually already started one down there in Louisiana.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And we know Louisiana need jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have that. You have Apple. You have so many companies actually coming here to avoid paying tariffs. And let's be clear, before the war, we didn't We didn't pay income tax.
Yep.
We shouldn't be paying income tax now. I tell people this all the time. We should not be paying income tax. It is illegal. It's not in the Constitution. Congress just decided, hey, we're going to do this while the war is happening, and then they never took it off. I keep telling people this. But because we've been doing it for so long, if we don't find a different way, we can't stop paying income tax. We can't replace it. And the reason why we can't replace it is because we don't charge anybody tariffs. And the reason why they didn't charge anybody tariffs is because the slaves, aka United States citizens, have been doing the work. We've been paying it. Why we need to charge tariffs? We'll do it. We'll send them the money. So it just goes to show you they don't really care about the American people. They care about their bottom line. Okay. Thank you, Miss Brown Eyes, for the $10 super chat. Hey, ladies. Hey, girl. I like is that cornrows or whatever she got going on? It's cute.
Oh, it is cornrows. I see it.
It's nice.
Donation. Gifts.
Look, we getting our money's worth out this soundboard.
we got to get the hit the cash app. And I got to get my lady. What is the point? What is the point of having what we got 304? What is the point of having 340 people if you won't send me 50 cents?
I'll send you that sound. I'll make an MP4 for you. Yeah.
Oh, that lady was hilarious. Oh my goodness.
They hate Americans, and this is the thing. I like money. I wanted the getting money president. That's who I voted for. Okay. And people saying to me, "Oh, he's talking about running for a third term." Blah, 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 blah. Hey man, I don't. Hey, that man can run from his deathbed if he gets rid of friggin' income taxes. Okay.
Oh, and states have already started doing this.
Look, if he
nobody's talking about Eric Adams, who got rid of a lot of income taxes in New York right now for about 500,000 people.
Hey man, if he does it,
but they're not talking. Why they're not talking about it? Why
I didn't even know that, Mika. I didn't even know that. So now I have to research that. Because I didn't even know it. But yeah, I don't care. Orange man on the deathbed. He get rid of taxes. Hey, he'll figure it out. Get Don Jr. to get him in Eric Trump. I don't give a damn. Okay, you get rid of my income taxes.
Put Barron up there.
Barron, hey, he's a smart young man. I don't give a damn.
All right, you guys. So we are winding down. However, I want you guys to see what went on last night. Okay, so what went on last night is arrogant Anna Navarro. Okay. Oh, let me say it like Anna Navarro. Okay. Anna Navarro, she was on CNN last night with Scott and SHERMICHAEL. Okay. And when I tell you, SHERMICHAEL ate her up. SHERMICHAEL ate her up. Because this woman is so Trump deranged. She said something so egregious. And when she got called out about it, she tried to backpedal. But he didn't let her. And I'm so glad. This man is a very nice man. Even if you disagree with what he's saying, he's never rude. He's never nasty. Okay.
Yeah, he's really nice.
So to even do what she did was egregious. And I'm glad he called her out. Here's what happened last night on CNN. All right, here we go.
Years of neglect and letting people walk into here without any process at all, and now you're trying to gum up the works to keep them here.
A lot of them came in. A lot of them came in with parole. A lot of them came.
CNN polling shows 54% of Americans want Mr.
November
Abrego
polling showed
Garcia
Donald
back.
Trump won the
That's
election.
CNN polling.
Public
is shifting.
We
are a sovereign nation, and you cannot just come into our country illegally whenever the heck you want, because we can't do it to any other country on the face of this
Asylum
earth.
is a legal
If
right.
you come in illegally, you have to leave. Americans are tired of that. We do not have unlimited
You
resources.
know who was here
We have to
illegally
care
with a
for our own people
deportation order?
first.
Marco Rubio's grandfather.
All right.
We're not talking about Marco Rubio.
Oh, now we're not. Now that's not relevant.
It's not
No,
relevant.
I'm talking
It's not
about
relevant
Marco
to this
Rubio because
conversation
Marco
at
Rubio
all.
used to be an advocate for TPS for Venezuelans, and Marco Rubio used
Well,
to
I'm
be
not Marco
an
Rubio.
advocate
And
for
let me
Nicaraguans
tell you
and
my
Cubans.
beliefs.
No,
If
I
you
know
come
you're
into
not.
this country illegally, you are going home.
Simple as that. We do not have unlimited resources.
I think
in
a
this
lot of
country
Americans
to take care of other
There's
people.
a hell of a lot of
Hold
people
on,
other than the black
Anna.
people who were brought here as slaves who came to this country illegally.
They're
From a
not
lot
the
of
same as
different-
black people who were brought here against
That's
our will.
exactly what I
They
just said.
decide
I
to
said
walk
there is
their
a
butts
lot
across
of
the
people
border. There's a
other
big
than the
difference.
black
There is
people.
a big
That's
difference.
exactly what
There's
I
a
just
big
said.
difference.
That's exactly what I just said, Shermichael. Look and act indignant. That's exactly what I just said. Yes, it is.
Let me
You just heard me say
Shermichael,
that other than the black
Anna
people
and
who came
Shermichael.
as slaves, there are a lot of people from
Shermichael, I think you actually misheard what she. I think you misheard what she said.
No, he purposely misheard.
She said.
I purposely misheard it. So now you're in my brain.
Shermichael, listen to me for just a second.
Is that where we're going?
You think I would say I will have advocated for black people my entire life and say something like that?
Because you've advocated for black people, great, congratulations. Last time I checked, I'm black, you're not.
Okay, Shermichael.
That's right. I'm Latino and my people are being racially profiled.
It is.
And do I have to remind you the history of my people?
Sure,
Do
I
you
have
want to
to
go there?
No, I
Do you
don't.
really want to go there?
Know
the history.
We're going to go to break. Raul Reyes, thank you very much for joining us. Everybody else, hang tight.
Johnny had to go to break.
Look. You may have to, because I was watching. What did she say? I heard what started when he said, "My people walked to freedom" or something like what?
Okay.
What? Yeah. Please.
So what she said was that there's other people here in this country illegally other than African Americans. And that's what set him off.
What the F is she talking about?
She gonna cry in the car.
What is she talking? She's saying like there are non-Hispanics that are here illegally.
Yeah, she's saying she's calling out everybody else.
I don't give a damn. They got to go.
So now, here's the thing. I do think she was trying to say something else, but it was the way she said it, right? However, she shouldn't have mentioned black people at all because they didn't immigrate here.
Right.
They didn't migrate here. Well, African black, right? Because there were
indigenous blacks. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. I know what you mean. Yeah.
So with that being said, I don't understand why that was brought up in the first place. And that's what he was calling out. Now, Abby, being the dum-dum that she is,
a tether. I'm gonna say it. All right, go ahead.
I don't care about Abby.
That's why I said it. She is a tether.
Ahead.
Okay, she's a tether. Everybody's a tether. She's a tether. Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah, Abby. She tried to take up for Anna, and she said, "Well, you're reading it wrong." He's like, "No, I don't give a damn. She don't need to bring it up." And she does this on a regular basis, right? And nobody calls it out. And then she goes to what she would have said if had someone said it, the quote unquote supremacist talking point of I support black people and yada, 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 yada. He said, oh, you advocate for black people. Wow, good. Ma'am, what are we talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
Anna got exposed just now. And she's like, well, my people are being sent back. Man, nobody from Nicaragua is getting sent back. Like, ma'am, calm down. Nobody from Nicaragua got sent back. They're not even here. Have you ever met a Nicaraguan? No.
I actually have.
Oh, you met one.
But guess what? No, my college roommate. But guess what? She's an American citizen. She's an American citizen, so she's not going back. Her people aren't going back. Well, she is. No, right. Exactly. She's an American citizen. She's Nicaraguan American.
That's
Absolutely.
my point. Like, ma'am, have several seats.
Look, no, I
y'all
that. That's why. First of all, I'm tired of them bringing Black folks up in this. This is our country. We can't be deported. Okay.
Nobody that's born here, unfortunately, they be having anchor babies, but nobody born here can be deported. I'm tired of that argument in general.
Yes.
Okay. I don't care if you're white, because there's really no such thing as white, but okay. I don't care if you're European. I don't care if you're African. I don't care where you're from. If you are here legally, you will not be deported. I had to say that in my little viral clip. And for the love of God, there are people arguing this point.
I know. I'm
just like, why are we arguing this point? I thought we all knew this.
No, and that's the thing. Like, clearly they don't get it.
Oh my God.
Again, they keep trying to bring Black people up in this, and I'm like, how you where am I going to go to when my people was here before the country was even founded? Knock it off, knock it off.
Which is why Donald Trump always tells the Congress, the Trump deranged liberals, the 14th is not meant for everybody. It's meant for Africans.
Slaves.
Okay?
Yes. It was for the children of slaves.
Because they brought them here. So where are they going to go? They've been here for generations. No, they are. There are some that don't even know Africa.
Right.
Because they've been here for generations. So guess what they are? They're American. So that's why that was important. However, they only use half of it because they keep forgetting the part of the jurisdiction. Okay.
Right.
Slaves were subject under the jurisdiction, right? That's what made them slaves. You were a subject, right? Okay. You bring your butt here over the border, okay? You cross the Rio Grande. You're not subject to my jurisdiction, which is the reason why Kilmar is still over there in El Salvador, because we don't have jurisdiction over him. He is not an American citizen. You can call him a Maryland man all you want. That man is from Guatemala, El Salvador. Period. And I don't understand why these people don't know the Constitution. Like, why don't you know the Constitution? You are a Congress person. You know why you're called Congress? Because you're supposed to protect the Constitution. Like, that's literally your job. Like, that's your one job. You got one job. You only work maybe 100 days, 120.
I don't get it. I don't get it with these
You got one job. Why don't you know this? It's crazy. That's right. That's right. It's crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. All right. So, you guys, I just want to get into one last point. All right. I just thought this was hilarious because, Canada didn't want to become our 51st state. So, since it didn't want to become our 51st state, it decided to go and be Trump deranged. And since it decided to go be Trump deranged, instead of putting in the people that they should have put in, that conservative party, who the guy ended up being Trump deranged too, but he still was he still would have been better for Canada. Okay. Old Canada. However, they didn't put him in. Thank you, James. They didn't put him in. So they put the same party that put them in debt right back in. They're going to regret that soon. And everybody said it was because they didn't want Donald Trump to try to take their land. Like, I'm like, who the heck? Donald Trump is not taking Canada. They voted these people in. However, Canadians, maybe the conservative Canadians, are finding that something is fishy. So they decided to follow people around with ballots. All right. And this is what they found.
Box of votes. More boxes of votes. Just in their car, willy-nilly.
Stuff today and tomorrow, and then set up on Monday.
So even at the early voting places, they send the boxes home with folks?
I'm not sure about the early voting. I didn't work that.
No way. So they send everybody home with a box?
For the early ones?
For what? You got a box?
Yeah. It's empty.
There's no plain empty votes in it? Why would they send you home with it?
Because you have to bring it Monday morning.
Back to the building that you took it from?
No, to your polling place, wherever you're voting.
So the polling place, let's say in Dundas, does that change on Monday?
Bring it there, yeah, and then At the end of the night, you count the ballots, and then the supervisor takes it to the head office.
Interesting. Find it strange that why would they not just leave them in the building?
Good question. It'd be a lot easier.
So where does this go?
Wherever you vote, wherever the zone is. Like,
That's wild. Like, that is wild. So if you don't know what's happening, he has the camera down right now because he's talking to a man that took. Okay, I'll rewind it a little bit so you can see it. This man right here
In the car.
took some boxes. You see those boxes? Those boxes came from the precinct. Okay, where they're doing the voting at. He put them in his car, his personal car, and he went home. That's why he has the camera down, because he doesn't want to show somebody's home. But that's where he pulled up at. He pulled up at the man's home because he followed him. And now they're like, he's questioning him like, why do you have boxes of votes? And the man is like, oh, this happens all the time. I did this last year too. He's like, that's weird. And even the man says, you can hear the man in the back go, yeah, it's weird. I know. This is what they do though. So a lot of people are now questioning in Canada if Canada is doing the same thing that was happening here in America. And that is all over Canadian social media right now.
That's suspicious. That's suspicious.
Who said that?
Yeah, that's the first of all, who takes work home? I don't take work home. I do my work at work. And then when I go home, I go home.
Unless you're Hillary Clinton.
Facts. But you took the votes home to take back to the office the next day. Like,
he said on Monday.
Yeah.
He said on Monday they're gonna take it back. He like, but why? He said, wouldn't it be easier just to leave it there? He said, yeah, it would be. He was like, but this is what they do, you know? And I'm just like, y'all cheating.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so he works for the liberal side. Okay. So at the end of the day,
of course.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why the gentleman was following him. That page I just showed you is a conservative page in Canada. So at the end of the day, a lot of creepy stuff is going on. Like that the conservatives should have won. However, I don't put it past it because Canada still has paper ballots, right? Which I think is great.
That is good. That's the good thing.
That's the good part. However, what they're doing with the ballots is the bad part. And I think, honestly, they should have had the ground game like how Trump had it with Laura, how Laura had that, okay? Where she had people at the polls, everybody at the polls. I think they should have did that. But, you know, they was too busy being Trump deranged. The guy that was running as the conservative was too busy being Trump deranged, so he gets what he gets.
Hey, all right.
Thank you, Taurus Prince, $5 super chat. Can I sue them senators for using my tax dollars for drinking cocktails with an illegal? Somebody got to ask. I'm just saying. Yeah, I said that to one of my friends. I was like, so we should do a class action lawsuit here in Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unfortunately, if we do, we're gonna take taxpayer money too, because they're not gonna pay us from their pocket, you know. But yeah, I totally agree, because that's what they're doing. They're spending our tax dollars to go down there and do whatever the hell they want to do, and they're still down there.
It's insane.
They're not working. They're not working.
They took a vacation to the safest country in the Western Hemisphere, drinking margaritas.
Man, they down there living it up.
That's insane.
I wish we got to join a gang and
yeah, We gotta beat our dudes, beat our husbands, beat our boyfriends.
Twice.
Yeah.
And threaten his mama.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Get some protective orders placed against us.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We getting us a flight to El Salvador. Thank you, Antonio Watkins. Mika finna lose her job over somebody. I know you weren't stealing no boxes.
That was crazy.
On your day off. Yeah, they doing the most down there. They doing the most. But yeah, when I tell you, I keep telling you guys, when I do these lives, I look at a lot of this stuff and I'm just like, every day. And when I tell you that this is just the minimum, okay, it's tons of stuff that I could report on.
Or in the end times.
It's tons of things that I could report on, or I can, that we can, talk about. But it's just crazy, and it's all against Donald Trump. Okay, the media, it's the return. They are trying to take this man down. Okay, they bringing back all the oldie but goodies. They're gonna bring back Kamala. Okay, they gonna keep using these judges. It's a never-ending story until Donald Trump is out of office. It's great for content. Don't get me wrong, but as an American, it's stupid. Like, why can't y'all do your job? I can work with somebody I don't like. I can work with people I disagree with. Why can't Congress do that? Why can't the liberals do that?
Oh, you got one. You do got a super chat.
Oh, thank you. I didn't see that one.
I didn't see it either.
Thank you. All right. Magna Star, thank you for the $5 super chat. From me and my band, pick up our new album called Other People's Songs in stores now. I think. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What's the real name of your band if you really got a band? What's the real name of it? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. But yeah, at the end of the day, these people are clowns, all of them, and I do mean all of them. And I pray that we don't vote these people back in.
Girl, again, it's something. It's a psyop. Like, how could people be this stupid? Like, I don't get it. Like, how can people be this stupid? And they don't see what's going on. I don't get it.
When I tell you, I do think they're going to vote them back in Congress. I'm telling you.
We have to rebuke that. We have to rebuke that.
So you guys, let me know what you thought about Dancing Kamala, okay, for AAPI month, for the Asian month. All right. Let me know what you think about her. Let me know what you thought about Ratchet Crockett, aka Jasmine Crockett, and what she had to say about us kidnapping people, I guess. Let me know what you thought about Big Shirley, aka Judge Hannah. Okay. She's now officially charged and she's suspended. She cannot do anything at the bench. She don't need to.
Yeah, she's a thug.
Child. I saw her in that role when she came down. I said, Big Shirley. That woman. All right. And then let me also know what you think about the judges that are stopping Donald Trump from sending the rest of the Tren de Agua SOS team out there, at the internment camps. That's what they like to call them. Like, I swear to goodness, I don't understand it. But let me know what you think about that down in the comments.
Hold on. They really said that?
That's what he said. That's why I pulled it backwards so you can see what he wrote on there. They called it internment camp.
Get the flick out of here. You're trolling us.
I said, what the hell? It's jail. It's where they send you. You don't get to be with your kids. You get to be separated. Don't we know this? Didn't Kamala do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Separated mothers from their children. For less. Okay. Yeah, Respucia, I didn't get to her this time. I ain't had time for Respucia. AKA
Letitia James.
I ain't get to her this time. Oh gosh. I'll be forgetting my own joints. Let me know what you think about Navario. Okay. Navario Sicario. That's Anna. Let me know what you think about her up there talking to SHERMICHAEL like that. Okay. Let me know what you think. Disrespectful. Let me know what you think about ABC. Disrespectful. Disrespecting the president. Let me know. All right. You guys, thank you for pulling up. Thank you, Artifacts. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric Harris. Thank you, Next Phase. Thank you, Done 92-0. Thank you. Hold on. T Focus. Thank you, James. Thank you, Van Pass. Tyrone. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, War Peace. Trice. Thank you, Yeezy Bay. Thank you, Magnastar. Tariq. Antonio. Thank you, Taurus Prince. Thank you. Hold on. Cartier 82. Thank you, Alton. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you, TW. Thank you, Scoop. All right. Let me see if I can get them all in really quick.
Scoop and War is Peace was on fire tonight.
Child, they was wilding. They was wilding every time I look down. All right. I think thank you, Jermaine. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Renee. What? How do you spell that? I mean, how you pronounce it?
Oh, Shatan.
Mika Pika. Okay. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate it. Thank you, Brown Eyes, and thank you for the super chat. All right. I think I almost got everybody. Thank you, Junior. Yep, I think I got people. I think I got everybody. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Yep. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining the stream. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought about all of the topics. I will put a time stamps in because I know you guys like timestamps because y'all be going in. I like to talk. They will literally be in the comments like, where's the part about so I can the timestamps will be there. Just give me about 30 minutes. I'm gonna put the timestamp.
I gotta learn how to do the chapters. I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, you got to do them because they like to go in. You guys, thank you so much for pulling up. It's your girl Mika, and thank you, Kelly.
Of course.
As
y'all
always.
check me out tomorrow.
Yes, indeed.
Talks with 2K Black TV.
Yes, and thank you 2K for pulling up. My homie 2K, and thank you, Quentin. I'll see you tonight on After Hours Child. We'll be arguing.
Oh, I'll check y'all out too.
Thank you, Quentin, also for your super chat, and thank you, Eric Watson. As always, it's your girl Mika, and I'm out. Peace.